The Mobile County Public Schools presents Homeroom.
Hi, and welcome to Homeroom, where we introduce you to the teachers and the students who make Mobile County Public Schools the best school system in the state of Alabama. I'm your host, Renee Phillips, and today we're talking about the Film Festival. This year, the MCPSS Film Festival was a little different than normal due to COVID. We would normally have it in the spring. This year we had it in the fall, and we did it virtually. So joining us, I have Justin Tolbert, who's a technology resource teacher for the school system who oversaw the film festival. So how was it this year?
It was definitely different. We had some new challenges that we had to overcome. We still had a fantastic turnout of a lot of submissions coming in from students and teachers, but due to the curveball that COVID threw us, we had to go virtual this year. So we scrambled to get that together, and I think it turned out fantastic.
So no red carpet, no crowds, but we still did it. Devin Walsh hosted it from Channel 5. And how many entries did we have?
It was over 200 for sure. I believe about 230 or 231. It was a stellar turnout. We just continued to have more and more numbers each year. So even though we had to go virtual this year and things changed, it didn't stop our students and teachers from participating.
And students and teachers in 7 categories. What were the categories?
Comedy, commercial, documentary, drama, how-to, music, and news.
Okay. And so from those, we picked a best in show, which is the best from each grade level, K2, 3, 5, middle, high, and teacher. And so for today's homeroom show, we're going to be introducing you to those best in show videos. So let's watch the first one. It was from Tanner Williams Elementary School, and it's Eli at his pumpkin farm.
I'm the teacher for the day. I'm going to my farm to get a pumpkin to teach my class about the life cycle of pumpkins.
As a seed, then it goes in the dirt, then it turns into a sprout, then as it's turning into a pumpkin vine, it starts to get yellow flowers on it. Then bees need to pollinate the flower to help it grow. And after the bees pollinate the flower, it starts to have little pumpkin things on it. And then as it's growing, it gets bigger, and then it gets really big, and it turns orange, and it's ready.
The pumpkin that's coming on, and the flower dies.
This is not a pumpkin that's quite ready yet. It needs to be, because it's yellow, it needs to be a quite more orange.
What a great video. And so joining us today from Tanner Williams Elementary School, we have Eli Middleton, who you just saw in the video. And we also have Miss McLean, his teacher last year from kindergarten. So hello. So Eli, what was it like making that video?
Hard.
So I feel like we learned a lot about pumpkins. Do you know a lot about pumpkins?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and how is it teaching your fellow classmates about pumpkins?
Good.
It was good. Okay, so Miss McLean, you were his teacher last year for kindergarten. What was this like from your perspective, seeing a student, you flipped your classroom and he was teaching lessons as a kindergartner? What was it like?
Right. Well, I had lesson plans, and then whenever he told me he knew about pumpkins, I threw those lesson plans away, and he took over and became teacher, and we just went from there. So it was really cool to watch him take over and to teach me, because he knew a whole lot more about pumpkins than I did. So it was a really cool experience for him and for us.
How was it for his classmates too? I bet it was cool for them to see a fellow 5-year-old up there teaching the lessons.
Right, and he also, being a first grader, came back this year and taught our class again. And the neat thing was, he even told us some new things they learned in first grade. So he told our class, next year you're going to learn this. So it was neat seeing him come back, knowing he even, gained more knowledge about pumpkins too and teaching them. So that was neat.
And so what point did you decide that you should make a video out of it?
Well, it definitely was not planned. We kind of just saw it happening. We were taking pictures and videos the whole time. We're like, why not make it into a video and submit it? Because it just kept playing out better and better. So we just went with it and decided to enter it. but it definitely was not planned. So it was definitely real life, and it was all Eli. So he did a great job.
And the neat thing was Eli got to take us to the pumpkin farm. And Eli, is that one of your family members' farms?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you get to spend a lot of time there learning about plants and vegetables?
Yes, ma'am.
So what was it like for you to take what you learned and share with your classmates?
Fine.
That's great. Are you going to work on some more videos for next year's film festival or this year's?
I don't know.
Well, we think you should, and I'm sure Miss McLean and Mr. Justin Tolbert would agree that you've got some talent for filmmaking, and we look forward to seeing what you do. Well, we have to break for commercial, but when we come back, we'll introduce you to some of the other Best in Show winners at the MCPSS Film Festival, so stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Helena Tyler. I would like to invite you to join me for Inside Education. Come with us as we take a look at what's happening around Mobile County Public Schools, as well as what's happening in your child's classroom. That's Inside Education, right here on the MCPSS TV network.
Hi, and welcome back to Homeroom. Today we're talking about our MCPSS Film Festival, which we had to do a little different this year. We did it virtually due to COVID, but we had over 200 fantastic entries from our students and teachers, and from those we selected the Best in Show winners from each grade level. And so joining us now, I have Miss Odom from J.E. Turner Elementary School, and she helped the student who won the 3rd through 5th grade Best in Show, Madeline Fettner. So tell us, what was it like to win Best in Show with your student?
Oh, it was awesome. We were just really proud. I was so proud of Madeline. She put a lot of work and effort into it, and we were very excited to win that. We definitely were not expecting it.
Yeah, and we're proud of her too. She has such a great story. So we're about to watch the video, but introduce us to it. What's it about?
So Madeline, when she was 2 weeks old, found out she had diabetes, neonatal diabetes, very, very, very rare. I think like 1 in 6 people or babies are even diagnosed with it. So when we were talking about what kind of project she was going to make for the computer science fair at Coastal Community College, she came to me about this idea of bringing awareness to diabetes and telling her story, because she has went through so much already as a young child. And I was completely on board with it. I'm also a type 1 diabetic, so any chance we can get to bring awareness to diabetes, I'm all about that. So I encouraged her. She really did it all on her own. I was just there for support and to look over things as she did them. So here's her video. It's kind of just about her journey.
Okay, so let's...
My name is Madeline Fettner, and this is my life living with neonatal diabetes. This is me the day after I was born. I weighed 6 pounds and 3 ounces, and I was perfectly healthy. Things changed quickly though. When I was 2 weeks old, I wasn't able to hold down any formula, and my weight dropped to 5 pounds. The doctors were worried. My mom and dad were very scared. Dr. McNair, our pediatrician, ran some tests on my 2-week checkup, and my blood glucose levels were 688. She immediately admitted me to the hospital, and they weren't sure I would make it. The doctors told my parents that I was basically going into a coma because my sugar was so high. This is a picture of me at USA Children's and Women's Hospital. I was listed as a failure to thrive. Not only was my sugar way too high, I was also losing my body fat, and I was very, very sick. I spent over a week in the hospital while doctors ran tests. They discovered that I had neonatal diabetes. This type of diabetes is extremely rare, so the doctors in Mobile had to consult with the doctors in Chicago at the Diabetes Research Center.
So Madeline has such a fantastic story because in spite of her diabetes, I know she was our Learning Leading Award winner for the county last year. So what was it like to have her as a student and then to see her produce this?
It's incredible. She is extremely bright, extremely motivated, just your perfect student. And really, she's just an inspiration to others to see what she's went through in her life and to see her succeeding and just doing so well. After what she's went through.
Right, and I think having teachers like you who allow her to tell her story and to be successful at school are part of that success. And we thank you for your involvement in creating videos and hope that you have a few more entries in this year's film festival. So thank you. We have to break for a commercial, and when we come back, we'll introduce you to some more of our Best in Show winners from the MCPSS Film Festival. So stay tuned.
The more parents are involved in school, the more likely it is a child will succeed. Children with involved parents and attend school regularly make better grades and have better social skills. Every involved parent makes a difference.
Get involved.
Ask about your child's day.
Explain how your education matters. Parent involvement, it matters.
You can find more information on parent involvement at mcpss.com.
The Environmental Studies Center is a natural sciences education facility designed to provide unique learning experiences. In addition, wildlife rehabilitation plays a vital role each day at the center. Featuring more than 500 acres of rich woodlands, the center affords teachers, students, and the general public an opportunity to experience firsthand the natural environment. Environmental Studies Center. It starts with us in the Mobile County Public Schools.
Hi, and welcome back to Homeroom. Today we're learning about our MCPSS Film Festival, and we're meeting the winners and showing you the videos from the Best in Show categories. And right now we're going to talk about the winner for middle school. It's from Clark Shaw School of Math, Science, and Technology. And joining me I have the teacher who helped oversee the production of the video, Miss Christy Roberts from Clark Shaw. So hello, Christy.
Hello and welcome to my classroom.
Hi. And so tell us, what was it like overseeing middle school students as they created videos like this one?
It was a very interesting experience. It was one where my coworkers would look at me and go, "You're turning them loose with a camera," and I said, "Yes." They have creativity and they need to have an outlet for it. And my kids impressed me every day that they came to class. They were always excited, and they were extremely excited when we were talking about the film festival.
Okay, and your Best in Show winner was about a make-believe Italian restaurant called Scarafaggio's. Who created the video?
Lilith Shambach is the creator. She did the storyboard. She wrote the script. She did one of the voiceovers. She did have another friend help her with that, but this was completely her idea. It was inspired by an event at a real restaurant, but hers was completely made up.
Okay, so we have the video. We're going to show a snippet of it, so let's roll the tape.
Scarafaggio's has been open for 34 years, so our food must be good. We're an Italian restaurant located at Tillman's Corner, where you can get pasta, ravioli, breadsticks, definitely not roaches, desserts, and pizza. From our thousands of satisfied customers, we've picked one to give her opinion on our amazing food.
I love this place. The food is so good.
See, if Chloe likes it, so will you. We even do catering. Weddings, funerals, your child's birth, whatever, anything you can think of, we can do. So come on down to Scarafaggio's for the best food in Mobile, Alabama.
So I love that she has a future in making commercials. It's great food with no roaches. So
yes.
What was it like for you guys and for her to win Best in Show?
It was an incredible moment. Everybody did a fabulous job of keeping it a secret. And I wasn't really sure if they were going to announce any winners. I knew my students did an outstanding job, but I also knew that our competition was very tough from the other schools in the county. And I was just really proud of Lilith and the work that she put in.
And so do you think you're going to continue with this tradition this year? Are you going to have more students creating videos and maybe winning?
Yes, my students were really excited. They asked to see videos from last year that my students had created, and I've already had some students contact me this year about the film festival. They told me, they said, Ms. Roberts, we've looked and we haven't found any information. And I told them, I said, you're in luck. I got that information yesterday.
Good, because we have made it clear that whether we're in school remotely, in person, whether we can have a film festival in person or not, we're going to do it virtually. And so we look forward to seeing entries from Clark Shaw and all of our other middle schools for this year. But thank you so much, Christy, for joining us. And we have to break for a commercial. And when we come back, we'll talk to our high school winners. So stay tuned.
When parents are involved in school, you get more of this and less of this.
Welcome to LaFleur High School, where we are committed to graduating students that are college and career ready. We look forward to seeing you for a campus visit soon.
Hi, and welcome back to Homeroom. We are having such a fun show because we're getting to show you some of the talents of our students by showing you the Best in Show winners from our MCPSS Film Festival. So now we're going to talk about the high school winners, which were from Mary G. Montgomery High School. And joining me, I have Christina Skelton, the teacher who led this effort. And so what was it like overseeing high schoolers as they created this video and other videos at your school?
Well, and good morning, Renee. So first of all, we have Viking Daily, which is our broadcast journalism class here at NPM. And through that class, the student's final project is that they have to create a video that could be entered into the film festival. And Charlie Duncan was the student who created this particular video that won. And she was a student of mine for 2 years, and she had various projects that she worked on, but this was her senior project that she created all by herself.
Okay, and she's a detective. I love the name of it, Charlie the Detective. So tell us about the video and then we'll roll it.
So Charlie tried to make it kind of a spoof on a classic detective movie. So she filmed it in black and white, and she incorporated the music that would have been appropriate for the timepiece as well. And then she wrote out the script, storyboarded it, and then she got some of her fellow students to star in it with her as well. And so this is about a missing, let me try to remember back, I believe it was a missing notebook that she was trying to find. And so she was going to different students to ask them if they had seen it. She had her suspect list that she went through and just really developed the plot very well.
Okay, well, let's roll the tape.
It was a cold day in Mary G. The AC was cranked all the way to the North Pole and the weather outside wasn't helping nobody. 4 years I've been in this school hounding it about all the crimes we could be prevented, but hey, who's gonna listen to the 410 girl with no case to her record? Now, it was a bright sunny morning when this happened, but it wouldn't last long once they walked into the classroom. They were shaking, nervous, and obviously something wasn't at them right. They strayed over to my desk and told me about the case they needed solving. Finally, a breakthrough, a chance to show that this little dog was a whole lot more bite than they were bark. The chief has always been on my tail ever since the case even started.
You always keep me safe, Jenny Quaggles. You always...
Morning, Chief.
Duncan?
Yeah?
Now that you finally got a case, I don't want that bimbo coming back here with a bad review on you. I swear, if you can even solve a simple case of a goon stealing a book, I'll have you leaving here in a meat wagon after I turn you into a dewdropper.
So I love the tone, I love the music and the storyline, and we have it up on our Mobile County Public Schools Facebook page if anybody wants to watch the whole plot. And so you mentioned earlier you helped with this video, or you oversaw it while they did the work, but you also do the Viking Daily. So just how rewarding is it to see students get to show their creativity through the news or through these videos?
It's very rewarding, especially when you get students who walk through the door and they say, oh, I don't want to be in front of the camera, I'm so nervous. And then by the end of the semester, they're loving it. And I just love to see them grow and find out that they really have a talent they didn't even know they had.
Right, and I think that's one of our objectives as educators, as a school system, is to that every student finds something they're good at, whether they're comfortable or not, but they get comfortable. So thank you so much for the work that you do with our students. We hope to see some more entries from MGM in this year's film festival. We have to break for a commercial. When we come back, we'll watch the Best in Show winner for our teacher division, so stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Renee Phillips, your host of Homeroom. Will you join us as we talk with the students, teachers, and staff about all of the great things happening in our schools?
That's right, Renee. Not only are we here to keep you informed about the great things happening in our schools, but to also keep you updated on safety issues.
Our show, Safe Schools, looks at ways to keep your child and our students safe.
Not only are we looking at ways to keep your child and our students safe, but to keep you informed on how to connect with us.
Manténgase informado aquí en Conexión a Padres.
And we also score big from pre-K to high school with MCPSS athletics.
And then Inside Education puts it all together for you, showing you the ins and outs about news and events taking place across the Mobile County Public School District. We do this to keep you informed.
Welcome back to Homeroom, where today we are watching our Best in Show winners from the MCPSS Film Festival. We had categories for students and teachers, and now I'm going to introduce you to Carrie Aaronsberg. She's a teacher at George Hall Elementary School. Hey, Carrie.
Good morning. How are you?
We're good. And so your video, I admit, most of the time when I watch it, it brings some tears to the eyes, so we're going to watch it. It's called Dear Teachers. We'll watch it first and come back and talk to you in just a minute.
Okay.
Dear teachers, it can be hard coming to school every day. Sometimes it feels like the world is against us, and that we're walking through life alone. We never know what each day will bring. You won't always understand what we go through. But people like you, and you can be our light in the storm.
When we walk through the door, greet us with a smile, a hug, a high five.
Anything that shows that you're happy to see us.
Because we're certainly happy to see you.
These acts that seem so small
can have such a big impact on our day. So make every moment count.
Our classroom is our home away from home. And what you do with us there can change our lives. So read to us every single day. Books introduce us to characters we may never get to meet, or take us to places we may never get to go. Read with us just for fun. It's not always about standard.
Remember that we're kids.
We need to collaborate. Whoever said school should be a quiet place had it all wrong.
Take us outside. Develop our social skills.
When there's no screen in sight, The sky is the limit.
And we can just be kids. And if we do something wrong,
out of anger or sadness,
give us strategies
instead of punishment.
Whatever you do, don't give up on us. We could be teachers, scientists, performers, athletes, artists, or comedians. But we can't get there without your love and support.
Because it's you who helps us fly.
Wow, just what a testament to the work that you as a teacher do every day. So what was it like to create that video and to put into words what you see every day?
It was very meaningful because that group of students was actually, they just transitioned into 6th grade that year. And we'd spent so much time on like social emotional learning and building a community within our classroom. So they were starting to get a little nervous about transitioning into 6th grade. And I was like, well, why don't we just kind of come up with something that, you know, you wish that all teachers knew about what you love about school. So it was awesome to see them be able to put that into a video and to hear from them about what was most important to them.
And I love how they say teachers are the light. And so do you agree with that? And how have other teachers responded to this video?
I definitely think that teachers have the ability to light kids up or, you know, darken them a little. And so I think it's important for all of us to make sure that we're always a good guiding light for them. And the response that I've gotten from other teachers just from it being shared on social media has been awesome. And it's been very enlightening to see how other people think of it.
And another line from the video that I love is about school should not be a quiet place. And we've been in your classroom. You were the Mobile County Elementary Teacher of the Year for 2020. And we know that it's not a quiet place. It's a very productive place. But how's that with your philosophy on education? Is that how it is?
I just think that it's so important to be able to collaborate and have kids talk to each other, and they learn so much from each other, you know, both socially, emotionally, academically. Kids learn through doing and talking through things. And so I don't think that a classroom should be a place where you can always hear a pin drop, because if that's the case, then where's your collaboration? And so our kids have always loved to collaborate, which looks a little different this year with the social masks and things like that, but it has been great.
It has been great, and you're such a great educator. Thank you for sharing this video with us and for paying tribute to your fellow teachers and the impact that they have on our students. And thank you for joining us today on Homeroom. You can watch the Best in Show videos on the Mobile County Public Schools Facebook page. And if you know a student who likes to create videos, I would encourage you to get in touch with your teacher and to submit an entry into the 2021 Film Festival, which will be this spring. Thank you so much for joining us on Homeroom today. We'll see you next time on Homeroom.